Hello, my beautiful zinnias. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I hope you have that hot cup of tea, that mug of hot coffee, or that cool glass of wine, which I can't drink at this time. But let's get into that chat. Hello, my beautiful zinnias. How are you? I know it's been a little while since I haven't posted, and I just wanted to let you guys know I am doing fine in my pregnancy. Me and the baby is extremely healthy. The last checkup that we had was this past Monday, and the midwife gave me the sex of the baby and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be sharing my gender reveal on this channel with you guys on the 15th of this month. I also wanted to show you guys behind me is a sonogram picture of the baby. So that's the baby there. And I put that inside of a little, frame that I had this frame for years. And it was just sitting there, and I was like wondering what I was gonna put in there. But now that we have this special little person in our lives, I just put the baby there. And yeah, so I wanted to speak on the different little things that I've been going through with my pregnancy. So if you notice, I sound really stuffy. So that is called pregnancy rhinitis. I'm coughing up coal, I'm blowing coal, I can barely breathe, and it's really challenging because you want to be able to breathe because, especially if you're walking up steps or you're walking down the street, you're taking a walk, or if I'm going to work and I can't breathe. So it's really hard, but I'm dealing with it. There's a lot of little challenges that my body is going through, and it's hard. And I just wanted to say pregnancy is a beautiful gift from our Heavenly Father Jehovah, and it is a gift from Him, and it's basically an inheritance that He trusts us with. So He trusts me and my husband to take care of this beautiful human being. But being pregnant is very challenging. So I'll just run by you a couple of little things that I've been going through. Oh, and I'll blow my nose before I come back. Stuffy. I sound a little bit better because I just blew my nose. But the one thing, okay, let me see. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I noticed with being pregnant that's really hard is as you get bigger, you can't do a lot. So a lot of bending down for things. When it comes to dropping something, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta pick that up. So you get a little anxiety from bending. Also doing little chores around the house. So yesterday it was challenging for me, but I made the bed, and even making the bed was a little bit hard for me. We did laundry, so we washed all the linens and the pillowcases and things like that. And that was a little challenging too, but we got it done. It's just that when you're pregnant and you're big and the baby is growing, you tend to do things a lot slower. You have to do it at your own pace. So you can't be rushing to do the things that you used to do. So a lot of things do change. Another thing that changes too is as the pregnancy moves forward, the body changes. So right now I'm 19 weeks. So I am 5 months pregnant. Excuse me. And oh yeah, that's another thing. You're gonna burp, you're gonna fart. And those are things you can't help either. But as I was saying, the one thing that I noticed as the pregnancy moves forward, your body does not belong to you anymore. I get up every morning, and I get up at exactly 6:29 every morning to go to the bathroom, and then sometimes earlier than that. And I'm up in the morning, just sitting up in the bed, and I'm tired. And then later on in the afternoon, I fall asleep and I'm exhausted. But it's hard for me to get comfortable. So around this time of pregnancy, it really gets uncomfortable. And I would say this, ladies, invest in a pregnancy pillow. Pregnancy pillows help out a lot because it's a pillow that is surrounding your whole entire body. And you can't lay on your stomach when you're sleeping because you're getting bigger. So you're laying on your side. And that tends to be a little bit uncomfortable as well. So as you're laying down, you feel discomfort. Laying down flat on your back can be a problem too. I notice anytime that I lay down flat on my back, I feel like I'm going to pee myself. So I'm learning that that's something that I can't do. So I'll lay side to side with the pregnancy pillow surrounding me, and that will help. The other thing is the pain. Yes, ladies, there's pain. So I'm going to explain to you, but I'm going to explain this pain so you can get the understanding of what I'm talking about. So the pain that I'm talking about is the baby has to grow. So I've been getting pain from this little person growing. So he or she will grow and grow. And as she grows, your uterus has to form for the baby. Plus your abdomen has to stretch out for the baby to grow. So while this is taking place, there's changes. So you have a very tightness under the stomach. It feels very warm. I've been having that a lot, and it's a pressure. There's times where the baby is moving, like I can feel him or her moving, and I have to be like, okay, pumpkin, mommy's here. And now I'm in a stage where I should be talking to the baby and I should be massaging the belly bump because that soothes the baby. So he or she can actually hear me. So I tend to have a lot of conversations with the baby. We also pray together as well. So and it's a wonderful experience because even though the baby is inside of you, the baby can relate to how you're feeling and what you're feeling. Like if you get angry or upset or any kind of little stress, you can feel the baby's little shifting. So it's a real chemistry. So it's just a very beautiful experience. Now I see why I'm so close with my mom. I look a lot like her. I laugh like her. I talk like her. I walk like her. And me and my mom, we are. I'm basically her little mini me. So I'm understanding, the genes and the this and the that. So I'm very curious to see how the baby will be formed when he or she comes out. Like if you look like me, if you look like the dad. I want to see if the baby's gonna look like my husband. My husband had me cracking up today, and we were talking about how the baby will come out looking and stuff like that. So it is a cool experience, but there is pain when the abdominal is getting bigger to make room for the baby. So there's all these little stages as well. As the weeks go by and the months fly through, the baby is changing every single day. So when I was going into my 18 weeks, I learned that the umbilical cord which is, where the baby gets all his or her nutrients, it gets thicker so the baby can get more nutrients. So as the weeks pass, the baby's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Whew, like right now I'm feeling pain. And that pain is because he or she is growing. So now I'm feeling a little pain. But the baby's going through all these little stages and there's all these changes. So right now that I am in my 19 weeks, what's expected is, they have an app that I think is very helpful if you are a pregnant mom and you really want to learn about your pregnancy as it goes by the weeks. I'm gonna put the information right here. It's called Baby Center, and Baby Center will fill you in on how you might feel, what's the changes, what's going on with your baby. So right now my baby's hair is growing. So his or her hair is growing. The baby's developing and getting bigger. The baby can hear me. The baby's ears, by the 7th, I think it was the 18th week, the ears were formed. So I remember one time I was like really upset and I was talking to my mom and she said, you better be careful what you say and you can't be carrying that kind of negative attitude. The baby can pick up all on that stuff and the baby can hear you, so stop it. So yeah, so you really want to be careful when it comes to conversations, arguing. You might get frustrated, fighting. Maybe you're fighting with your husband. Oh, I asked you to wash the dishes and you didn't wash it. And whatever it could be. You want to really be careful, talking, because this little cutie is hearing everything. And right now, he or she is moving around. All right, Bubba, calm down. He's moving around, and that's another thing. You can feel the baby moving around and doing its own little thing, just living its own best life. I noticed that when I was in my, I think it was my 16th or 15th week of pregnancy, I said to myself, I'm gonna do my toes. That was a big mistake. Because as I kept bending to do my toes, I got in the shower, took a shower after I finished my feet, and before I went to bed, I threw up. So I think because I kept lifting my foot, bending, it did something, and I never threw up. And I always had nausea, I would get nauseous, but I never threw up. I never threw up in this pregnancy, and I didn't like that feeling at all. So I feel really bad for the moms out there that have to go through morning sickness, but I have gone through the nausea. And I said, ooh, I'm like, well, since I finished my feet, I'm not gonna be able to paint it. So I went to the nail salon and I got my toes painted, and I have another appointment in a couple of weeks to go and do my toes. So yeah, I will not be trying to bend down to do my feet. I have to keep things definitely at a minimum. So it is challenging. Pregnancy is very challenging, but it is a very beautiful experience because you're bonding with your baby. Bonding with your baby, your bond, like the morning sickness and the feelings and the this and that, all the stuff you're going through. Once the baby comes, it's like, oh, it's all worth it. And that's what I was hearing, because there's times where I'm laying in the bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I wasn't pregnant. I want this baby to come out. But then when I feel better, I'm like, hi, pumpkin, and I'm rubbing my stomach. So you do have those little things going on, because nobody likes to feel sick, right? So once the baby's here, according to what I'm learning and from other experiences of having a baby, all of that goes through the door. It's just different. So I'm really looking forward to having this baby and feeling that motherly protection, like that. You have a baby, you want to protect your baby. I can't wait to feel that, because when you are pregnant and you have a child, you start to respect motherhood. And I look at my mother real differently now. I look at her as a strong woman that she is. She gave birth to 3 beautiful kids, and she worked really hard. She basically is a single mom, and she did what she needed to do. So yeah, it's a beautiful experience of being a mother, and you're gonna go through the trials of being pregnant, and of course those trials come from that woman named Eve. But our Heavenly Father helps us to push through with pregnancy and all this other stuff. So I'm confident, totally 100% confident, that my Heavenly Father Jehovah will be right there while I am getting ready to give birth and bring forth this life that He put in me. I'm excited and afraid. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know I've been away for a while. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable sitting certain places. Usually you see me sitting at my I have a vanity I sit at, and then I moved from over there because of course the baby was getting bigger and I'm getting bigger. And then I was sitting in the living room, and that kind of got uncomfortable. So I'm in my little area, and I like this little area where I'm at. So I will be sitting here from now on, because I have this nice little cushiony armoire that I'm sitting on, and I have my pillows. So I like it here, and it's a little, it's nice, it's comfortable. So this is where I'll be at for a little while, at least until, the baby comes. And yeah, that's about it. So I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in today. I will definitely be sharing my gender reveal video on the 15th of this month. You will get to, it's a virtual 3D animation gender reveal. So it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be nice, it's going to be gorgeous, and it's just going to be wonderful. And you'll get to see all the people that love me, and loves my husband, and loves the baby, and all the important people in this baby's life, like my mom and my sister and everybody else, my dad. So it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful video, and I hope you enjoy it. And it will be out by the 15th. So I'm hoping that it'll be done by then, so I could put it on air here on YouTube. So once again, thank you, my beautiful zinnias, for tuning in. I hope you guys find the chance to come and tune in again. I really enjoy every one of you supporting me, and let's continue supporting each other. So once again, thank you so much. Be safe out there, and I will see you on another day. Bye.